Hello, people. Hope everybody is doing well. Sam is joining today for a little testimonial interview. Sam, how is it going for you?
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for joining today. And I would like to get a little feedback from you. So, first, I would like to ask you, my man, for you, before you start to work together with me, what was your current situation? What was going with your health, fitness, and life in general?
I'd gone from a previous trainer. Uh, I'd lost a lot of weight, about 6 stone, I think. But he was giving me a diet plan to stick to,
Hmm.
and I felt it was a bit too restrictive. So
Hmm.
you tend to, because it's so set and it's a set diet plan, all that, you used to send it, and if you slip off it once, you tend to just give up for that day and think, "Oh, I'll start again tomorrow,"
Hmm.
and so I'd got to a point where I'd stick to it for so long, then you start slipping, then you start giving up, and I just felt stuck.
Was it mostly stuck with the food, or there was something else you felt like you stuck to?
I was stuck with the progress, stuck with the food,
Mhm.
and I'd just given up by then. I'd not stuck to anything for a couple of months.
Mhm. And before we start together, so what exactly was your current position with your shape, fitness, weight? So what was these things you did want to change and wasn't happy with?
I got down to about 15 stones. I was still quite out of shape.
Hmm.
Uh, Still had a big belly and great love handles, which I've always been really conscious about. So I still felt uncomfortable
Hmm.
to even pick up my t-shirt, wipe my face, anything like that.
Hmm. So it was mostly how it make you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And what for you was you would say that a tipping point? Okay, so now we speak. You're speaking with me. Okay, and I really need to take this action. What for you was the biggest motivator?
I think I started running originally, and I saw my weight started dropping a little bit. So I thought, well, I'll start dieting again, but I wasn't really sure
Hmm.
of the best way to go about it because all I had before was this diet plan, and
Hmm.
obviously stuff I'd watched off YouTube. So I knew I had to get calories in order, macros, etc., etc. But I didn't know exactly where, uh, like the right way to go about it.
Hmm.
So I was still kind of basing it on the diet plan, the restrictive diet plan that I
Hmm.
had from my previous PT. Sort of going around in circles again.
Yeah, so you kind of did it before, but you wasn't able to stick to it, and it's more like you didn't know a different approach. So it's more like, okay, should I try something new or go back to the same thing I wasn't able to stick to anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes absolute sense, my man. And since we working together, so what sort of changes you have made so far?
Well, when I first started, I sort of stuck to a 3 meal diet plan, eating the same thing every day, uh, close to the same thing every day. Uh, but there's sort of systems in place. But if I do mess up and I do have something that's not on that diet plan, you can recover it and bring it back within the week. So even if you go over your calories one day, there's ways of recovering it so you don't just give up. You sort of limit the damage and you can pull it back. So basically, you're still within your calories for the week. I had no idea you could do that.
Hmm.
Uh, there's less of a self-sabotaging
Mm.
thing on it, like sort of culture.
What
And
do you, what do you feel like? What is the primary reason for sabotaging yourself less this time around?
well, because it's calories that count. Calories are king, only and
Hmm.
it's not sticking to the diet plan. You've got the option. You can track it. You can see where you see how far out you are, how to pull it back, where to pull it back from, and you can sort of plan it out. Even if you like, banking calories as well. You can bank calories for the weekend, and you can still have a bit of a life at the end of the day.
Hmm.
You're not stuck to this diet plan where you can't eat with your family. You can't
Yeah.
have takeaways. If everybody's having takeaways, you still, I was sat there with chicken rice and broccoli
Right.
before,
Yeah. Yeah.
as I told you. But
Miserable life. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. And we've been working together for approximately 12 weeks so far. So what sort of changes you have made so far? How much weight you have lost? What sort of changes you notice in your appearance, energy, and or anything else?
I think I've lost around about 11 kilo
Nice.
uh, in total.
Almost 2 stone. Almost 2 stone.
Yeah. The energy this time, when I came down from the big weight last time, I think I started with me other guy at 125 and I come right down to 95.
Mhm.
So I didn't really notice much of an increase in energy. Obviously, I felt a bit more mobile,
Mhm.
but going from the 95 where I was stuck, or say around 93, I think that was 90, but going from there and losing another 10, 11 kilo, I think the energy increase has been tremendous this time.
Mhm.
Really noticeable. Uh, Obviously, things like pull-ups are a lot easier because you don't weigh as much. It's just uh, the energy, yeah. It's
Yeah.
incredible now. Yeah.
Do you feel like this have helped you as well in other areas of life, like your work or time with the family?
Oh, definitely with work, yeah. Family with the kids, I found myself like about when I take them out to the park or anything like that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Nice.
it does help. Work definitely because I've got quite an active job,
Yeah.
climbing up and down ladders and stuff like that. I'm dragging less weight around, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's
I'll,
like a big bag less on back of your back.
yeah, I think in total I've lost the weight of my son, so it'd be like having my son on my back all the time
Basically,
before.
yeah, yeah. If you think
Yeah,
about it, that's crazy. Yeah, that's actually crazy. And
yeah.
when it comes to your physical appearance, what sort of changes you notice?
Well, obviously I'm a lot slimmer now. I've gone from a 38 waist, which I originally started, down to a 30. So I've had to buy some new clothes, which is not so
Good
bad when you're
problem.
going down. When you're going up, it's not nice.
It's a good problem. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, uh, my stomach's a lot flatter. I've got
Hmm.
abs are starting to come in now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Well,
how you'd feel right now if you had to go, let's say, to the beach and take t-shirt off, would it still be a problem for you?
but probably like a peacock.
Show it off, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
That's great, man. That's a great place to be. And when it comes to working together, so what you find has been one, two things you find the most beneficial when it comes to working with me.
yeah. It's the support I think you get. You can text you if you're unsure about anything, but it's also, we discussed, was it last week, about other aspects of your life, not just your fitness, where you can
Yeah.
get into habits and sort of. You've got me decorating my house.
Get it done. Get it done.
Yeah.
So would you
And
say by now maybe you can see how all these areas in life is interconnected, how you can focus just on your health and fitness. If your other areas is off, it will affect your adherence when it comes to your own health and fitness.
I think a lot of you've got more energy to do it. You've got to, your home, your surroundings, things you keep yourself busy with,
Hmm.
define your life. And if you're just, wasting it away watching TV or
Yeah,
playing video games like I was.
yeah, yeah. You have been so much productive. Yeah, you can be really on
Yeah,
with your personal fitness stuff, with the stuff you need to get done inside and outside of home. Yeah, so your productivity definitely, from what you have spoke so far, has massively improved. And what do you feel like? So why do you feel like less playing computer games and less sitting and watching TV? So what do you think? What is the main contributor to this?
and we have the things we have to tick off every day, your steps, goals,
Mhm.
your stuff. But I'm interested more in learning how the human body works quite a bit more. So I'm watching stuff on what I'm doing.
More
about,
educating yourself.
yeah, like weight loss, about, uh, obviously gaining muscle, stuff on fitness. I'm watching a lot of fitness stuff, so I'm learning more and more outside of
Mhm.
what we're doing.
Yeah, nice. Sounds like from just spending your time in front of the computer games, now you're actually using this time to learn things and educate yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's
Yeah.
great. That's very productively spent time. And during this process, we have been working together for the last 3 months or so. What is one, two things you have learned? You're like, okay, so I didn't know about this, or this is the one or two things that have added the most for my progression at this stage.
It's probably about how, you bank your calories, you can do it for the week, stuff like that. It's helped a lot with the sort of the mental aspect of it.
Hmm.
You've learned, you find you've got your targets to reach, say your step targets, etc. And so I find myself wanting to go above and beyond it sometimes.
Hmm. Nice.
So I want to push myself a little bit further, you know.
Sounds like you now enjoy more challenging yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
It
exactly, yeah.
sounds like computer game a little bit, real like computer game.
Yeah, yeah. The progression in the lifts, recording
Yes,
your lift, your lifts and everything. You
you level
progressing
up.
in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you level up.
adding more weight and stuff like that. I think it's to see progress because everything's logged now, which it wasn't before.
Yeah,
Takes the guesswork out of it. I
yeah,
think that when you see progression in lifts, your weight going down, your lifts going up, I think it's nice to see and it keeps you interested.
yeah, yeah. I always call it a real like computer game. It's like in computer
Mm.
games, you can progress really quick, right? In a real life, it's a little bit slower, but once you see the progression, you want it more, more, and more. I always say the results are like a I don't know, nice cookie. You can't have just the one. You want more. But actually, in this case, you benefit.
Yeah.
You can pack of cookies. Yeah. Great, my man. And what I like to ask as a last question, what you would say to someone who is right now in a situation you were before you started?
Yeah. Well, if you're in the situation where you just feel stuck or lack of motivation, I mean, it's worth investing in yourself, I think, because you want somebody to have your back with it as well. Where I was before I started with you, I was
Hmm.
lacking motivation because I didn't have an understanding of exactly what it takes,
Hmm.
and I had nobody there supporting me, sort of with a little checklist to tick off. Say get it done. Is it? Say any money you invest in your health and fitness isn't a waste.
Yeah. Would you
It's
say it felt like maybe a little bit lonely journey when it comes to health and fitness?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Uh, it always can be, I think, because people don't get it, do they?
Hmm. Yeah.
They think you're starving yourself. You're looking ill, but you know what your goals are and you're focused.
Mhm.
And to have somebody in your corner with you, you know, not just the one person, we've got a whole group of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah,
That's why it's important to get the right people around yourself because people who try to not even understand what you do, they can get into your head. And same way, people who are on the same journey as you are, they can get in your head, but in a positive way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing, my man. So, anything else you'd like to share before we finish?
Uh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Maybe I think yeah, another thing, the average weight tracking,
Hmm.
that makes a lot of a difference.
What,
Uh,
what's,
uh,
what about that you find was beneficial?
well, sometimes it can be a bit disappointing when you've messed up a bit. You see your weight go shoot right up. I
Hmm.
mean, it's going to come down, but as you add it through the week, you can see where you're on the average. And as it shoots up, it doesn't knock it up that much, so it's not
Yes.
as big of a shock to the system.
Yeah. Instead of focusing on the one day, we focus on
Yeah,
the whole week and the whole week, or we still able to progress. Yeah, that's why it's so
yeah,
important to look on these averages numbers, not just one day. Because
yeah,
sometimes if you focus on one day, that one day completely can ruin your mood, and then it ruins next day and next day and next day.
yeah,
Human nature, yeah. But
yeah.
thanks for joining today. Thanks for sharing sharing your experience so far, and we'll speak very, very soon, my man.
Yeah. Okay.